Jim Beis, congratulations.
Thank you.
Re-elected Borough Mayor of Pierrefonds-Roxboro. This is now your fourth mandate. How are you feeling? Amazing.
Look, I mean, you can't put it into words when you know that the public comes out and votes for you in such high numbers. And I've never taken anything for granted. All I know is that we still have a lot of work to do. It's not that we get that seal of approval from the public that it stops there. I've been somebody with my council that's been anchored in the community. We've been at everything. We've faced any crisis head on. Things haven't always been easy, but what we do know is that we need to be involved with the citizens and have them also participate in community life. And so we've done so many things over the years, and I think the bigger challenges are ahead of us. We have homelessness. We have, the lack of housing. We have money that's lacking for major infrastructure dealing with climate change that has to come from other levels of government. So these are the things that we face every day, not in my community only, but throughout the island of Montreal, and I suspect throughout Quebec and the world, really. And so we're no different than the center city. We just have things at a different scale, but we all have the same challenges. And at the end of the day, it's the funding and managing of the public purse, in my opinion, that has to be the most respected, because people don't have the funds to be able to do that. And we can't keep raising taxes at these levels and expect people to pay when they're losing their homes. They don't have enough money to pay their bills. They're going to food banks that are overwhelmed now with the services that they're providing. So, look, I know all the services. I mean, I've been in the community for over 35, almost 40 years at different levels. And so, look, do we know everything? No. But what we do know is that we talk with the citizens to be able to find common solutions.
The numbers are looking quite strong for Ensemble Montréal so far. What do you think this says about how Montrealers are feeling about the future of this city?
Look, the administration in Montreal, I mean, in their defense, did what they did. Should the outcome be that Ensemble Montréal gets the administration in Montreal, I mean, I have to be respectful to the people that are there. I mean, everybody does what they can, and I believe that everyone is there for the right reasons, despite the fact that we may not share the ideology. So certainly there are challenges even in their boroughs that they're dealing with. The public has spoken. We already see dents within some of the boroughs that they have strongholds in. And so that to me leads me to believe that the public is really craving some positive change even in those communities. Now, how that will be reflected tonight with the votes, I can't tell you, but the indication is that we're doing strongly everywhere, and hopefully it happens in some of their communities as well. And if it doesn't mean because we're in administration that we won't work with those boroughs either. I remember when I was on the executive in my first mandate as mayor, I mean, and I had 3 major portfolios. I was in the boroughs, even their boroughs, to try to find some positive change for their communities as well, understanding that we're there for all Montrealers. So look, I'd like to think that continues, and I know that if I'm there in any capacity, our goal is to work for all Montrealers, and I think that Soraya, with their messaging, with the debates, has proven that we're there to listen and try to find solutions with the public, knowing that it won't be easy.
And how will Montreal look like over the next 4 years under her direction?
Look, I mean, Montreal is going to be in a transitional phase. We already know that we will be starting with a deficit of a couple $100 million. We already know this, right? And we know that the budget has been exploding at over $7 billion for operating budget in Montreal. So how do we put a halt to that, and how do we prioritize our actions to be able to do the right things that are most needed in communities, as we do in our boroughs? I mean, we have, council meetings where we sometimes cancel contracts because we know that the capacity of the taxpayer isn't there, and we know if it's not urgent, we put it aside and we wait until we can do it. And so those are the kind of things that I think need to be respected, and it's not because we want to do everything all at once that we're going to make it happen, understanding the capacity of the taxpayer to pay. And so those are the things I think that need to be managed. Montreal will slowly shift in a way that, in my opinion, as Soraya has said, will involve the citizen more. We'll have them decide or orient a council to be able to make decisions, not only at the Montreal level, but within the communities. So I believe that that's possible. I mean, we do it in the boroughs already. So why is Montreal any different? I mean, we've heard about all kinds of consultations taking place and never being respected. And so for different reasons probably. But I'm saying that the public has a say and will also be involved as they are in the different communities. As difficult as it is sometimes to listen to everybody, we will try to do our best to do that. And I know that hearing Soraya and me being in Ensemble Montréal with the others in the other boroughs, I believe that that's possible.
All right. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
your
so
time
much.
and congrats again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.